Thanks for letting me run through this. I'm going to try to do something new in 6 minutes. So we're going to put these slides, we're going to rip through a whole bunch of stuff. So really what I'm going to be talking about is a new technology called low energy. Some of you already know about it and know how these work in it. And it basically is a way for little cells to stay where they are and introduce smartphones to introduce experiences or information to a locale. So it's basically an ambient layer of information to the location. It's kind of a new platform, if you will. So this is one of the things that this happens to be Eskimo. And a lot of big businesses are jumping in on this. So you see Safeway, Macy's, Major League Baseball cards, a whole bunch of big firms are experimenting with this. This technology really was launched about 2 years ago. There's a lot of deployments happening, experiments around the country. So, and what we're starting to see is the conversion rates in marketing are kind of off the charts. We're starting to see some really amazing people opting into things where regular marketing wouldn't happen. So, really, what's the problem? Well, is this technology only for businesses that have an internal IT department that have their own app? How do smaller businesses fit into this? So this is one of the premises where I'm trying to experiment with. So I'm arguing that one of the ways to do this is to use a federated approach. So all of the small companies are not big enough to have their own app, but they're located next to each other. You can provide kind of an umbrella app for the region. So a business district, a mall, things like that. So you aggregate them under that common brand. So possible solutions, you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to rip through this for the first challenge. This is the company I've been working with in Mountain View, and what this found is, this is an app that's essentially a directory of businesses in a district. So you just go there, it's a listing, and shows where they are. But when you get into that business district, when you get proximity of this store here, it triggers a unique content for that location. So it happens to be really fancy, but it happens to be with coupons and stuff for that specific location. So if you're going around the different stores in this downtown district, it's triggering different information depending on your proximity, and the information is contextual to where you are. So this is basically a dashboard. Obviously, you won't be able to see it, but what this is, it allows us on the back end to manage content for these different kinds of associated beacon cloud plays. So this happens to be ads, coupons, flash sales, surveys, things like that. So there's all kinds of ways you can trigger information and request for information with a specific micro location. This happens to be the management of different kinds of campaigns. The analytics work really important. So you can start finding how people are moving within a space. Where are they hovering? Where are they going to? What are they engaging with? So here's a little story. So this is just some more analytics, time of day, over the month, gender, depends on what kind of things. So here's the creepy story. So imagine you use the Safeway app, and you use the Safeway app to manage your shopping list, and your shopping list is tied to your exercise routine, right? So you walk into Safeway, and you're walking around the different aisles, and all of a sudden it knows that you are hovering in front of the Fruit Loops. You could be opting in to get a push notification saying, step away from the Fruit Loops. Not on your shopping list, or what is on your shopping list is decided to be right, is a coupon. That's a creepy example, but that's sort of what we're starting to go into. Challenge 2 is a new technology. This is a really new technology, and it's shifting all over the place. This is a poll from yesterday. So Google Space was an open format. It's not using sort of the same technology, the same concept. That was yesterday. So it's a moving target for this stuff. And the third challenge is best practices. So the story I just gave you, you want to be creeped out with stuff. Walking down the street and there are all kinds of beacons deployed. You don't want to be bombarded with notifications over and over and over again. So this is how post specifically is proximity-oriented notifications. Notifications that are triggered when you're in the proximity of a micro-location. So I'm looking for prototyping opportunities. I can aggregate some of these brands, I can establish baseline technologies, and discover user preferences, best practices. So I've had a couple of targets that I've been talking to. One is the district. I think it's a great prototyping opportunity, and it's because it has some really unique demographics in downtown Columbia. So there's a lot of foot traffic, there's a lot of different kinds of shops, I can slice and dice this in a lot of different ways. And then that ties into another downtown play, which is Politte. Politte is a great one. So I'm really interested, not necessarily pushing coupons. I'm about experience design. And I think Politte is a really blast to be able to play with this. And the last one is museum of archaeology. So we start associating information with pictures, with saying you're going into something and say, oh, I really like this picture. I would like to be able to purchase that in the gift shop. It's ready for me now. So the idea of these scenarios is really where the industry is right now. I did surveys last year, weekend, you can't read this, but I talked to a lot of people downtown. I identified opportunities, I also identified challenges. So I'm going into this with eyes wide open. Last December, I went to the first conference in this space, and we spent the pre-conference going through best practices about privacy, about contextual information, how do you notify people. Again, this is a really new industry. So, and Europe is doing a lot of pretty good stuff with this too. I've had one deployment so far. I did the Ignition Entrepreneur Summit back in February. And so I had an app built, and all it was a linear scavenger, guiding people through the Resource Mart and other things during the day. And so this is the Resource Mart. I had 4 in the Resource Mart itself. I had some other throughout the day. But I got some interesting stats on it. And so this is what I think is pretty neat, is that other people download, almost 40% actually tried to do something with it. And 17 actually went all the way through the day. So, learning. My next step is iterative testing, and so I'm looking to help with the financial models around analytics, dashboard usage templates, a whole bunch of stuff, and the best practices. So with that, this is Ninth Street, some of the people I've been talking to, and that is my presentation.
Similar to Facebook Beacons, it's kind of the same.
Facebook Beacons?
Yeah, there's kind of news service we're launching as you walk into stores and get.
Well, probably. I'm not really familiar with the Facebook Beacons, but it seems to be using Beacons. It sounds like they're using Bluetooth Politte. There's a whole bunch of near-field communication, GPS, Beacons. There's a whole bunch of things. In fact, the dashboard I showed earlier, one of the things you can do now is, say you're doing a promotion for a downtown area, you can do a geofence around the downtown area. And if you make it big, it first triggers GPS. Then you go closer and closer, then it'll switch over to more of the micro-location technology. So it's kind of cool. GPS works great with the memory card, but it doesn't work as well inside. And so Bluetooth actually is going through walls, and it's much more granular. So there's a whole bunch of players in the field. Amazon also is jumping in big time into this.
Yeah. Just wanted to congratulate you and commend you for pushing the experience of the coupon. And I hope that you're able to find that struggle with the customers and such that they all will come for coffee or donuts or whatever else you do.
Yeah, I think it's the lowest hanging fruit. I don't care about coupons, although I know that's what's driving the bus for a lot of people. I'm really interested more about kind of experience in making places use the old reference sticky. Right? What kind of layer of experience can you create in kind of an ambient layer that as you move through the space is enhancing that experience and maybe needing some kind of conversion action. But just pushing coupons to people, I think is bad.
I think, I don't know if David's here. David and Todd worked on an app called Wayback, and you could look at a building and it would tell you the history of that building. I think some of those things are interesting,
Totally.
you can look at it.
Totally. Exactly. In fact, I was talking to the guy really cool, technology really wasn't there yet. That is, you're walking around downtown, all of a sudden you get an Easter egg, kind of an unexpected notification saying, did you know on this spot 10,000 years ago the the indigenous peoples were blah, blah, blah. So it's those kind of layers that I totally agree. Yeah. What's the woman with the assisted hand?
So if you're gonna do it for the district, for instance, does the district have to provide you with all this data and then you upload it to your app?
It's a great question. It's a complicated question because talking to the district is a nonprofit community improvement district. And so if I want to use their app, that's always a struggle. You have to have an app. And so if I time into their app, which is right now for their website, I'm restricted on any kind of commercial place, which is the flip side of the coupon stuff. So I kind of backed off the district just to kind of figure that out. The other thing about kind of working with the struggle of having to have an app to do this, that is kind of an impediment. Going back to the Macy and stuff, I think a lot of the stuff is going to plug and play. I think it's going to be kind of more of a universal thing coming. So that's right now it's competing standards, which is a drag. I think being able to have some sort of a global registry of UIDs or URLs or whatever identifies the beacon. I think if it gets to that, the world kind of changes. I personally think it's a really cool idea. I like the idea of graffiti tagging. And so being able to leave behind information to locations. So I know that one of the things that I do in the University of Texas teaching the class, they developed a kind of an ambient bulletin board, if you will, for the student center. You walk in the student center and you get a notification that there's a bulletin board there. And you can clip what people posted. Because the physical bulletin boards, the paper, some of them are out of date and it gets rained on and how do you find stuff. Well, being able to have kind of a virtual one associated with the location is a really cool idea. The downtown district is now in the process of establishing central place, the art place, if you will, gateways to downtown. So you should be able to know that when you walk in up to certain kinds of physical locations, that you should be associating that there's deeper information with that location.
So, have you thought about doing this with Orr Street?
Yes, oh, absolutely. And if you contact the doctor, that's going to be my call. I'm looking for use of that.
So, the person to talk to is Anastasia Pottinger, the photographer.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it. I mean, anything with cultural stuff is interesting. First Fridays.
Yeah.
Blues, all of that. And that's a totally interesting prototyping laboratory. Because stuff happens here all the time, and you can test against it. This is not about doing this is not about doing big deployments yet. It's about learning.
Yeah, Outrageous Fridays is another one.
So, stepping away from the technology side of this, which is very interesting and quite complex, I've heard you talking about this for, what, a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm sure it started before you started talking to me about it. So, tell me the human side, and then, first up, what moved you there?
Sure.
And why are you hanging in there with it?
Sure.
And how are you hanging in there with it?
No, it's a great question. I was in university at journalism. What I did there basically was I was under a company. I would look at emerging technologies. The start was always, that's really cool. What can we do with it? How can we reappropriate it for something else? So I was always kind of discovering stuff. And so when I left university, I was trying to figure out what the next thing I really wanted to do. Looking at the makers movement. Because I still think there's a place for a makerspace in Columbia. I think there's some thought. But I looked really heavily into it. I wasn't interested really in doing a volunteer space and whatever. Interested is really commercial service bureau and putting makerspace out. Anyway, so So I was in New York at the World Makers Showcase and kind of exploring and things like that. And I was at a presentation, and some guy said, "Oh, watch what Apple's going to do with iBeacon," which kind of annoyed me. I'm a fanboy, and I hadn't heard of iBeacon. And it had been announced 2 weeks earlier at WWDC. So I knew there was something up with it. So I started following it, and I was in the tank for it ever since. But trying to follow this thing, the conference in December last year was the first one. So now there's a lot of things starting to happen. I don't think it's about the technology. I think it's about the spirit.
Yep, you're right.
Will you be competing with Apple?
Not yet. No, well, Apple, yeah. Well, Apple is really, kind of the enabler. Depending on which rumor sites you they may be going into manufacturing. They may be going into that kind of larger registry of places. Maps are the real big deal. Maps. If you follow the map industry, the idea of Nokia's map stuff was just sold by Microsoft to Comcast. I mean, it's a huge place right now. And so it's all about being able to associate information to space. It's contextual information. And it's a wide open space. That's one of the things that the conference was saying is that, this was really not on anyone's radar 2.5 years ago, and it's projected to be a $47 billion industry in 3 years.
Then college campuses and EMS.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have a mechanical garden. Why couldn't you have a mechanical garden? I mean,
In a campus.
And the term of art is wayfinding, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a whole industry called wayfinding. So say you are going into REI to buy a tent, right? And because you have your coupon because you're a member, and you go walk into REI, and says, welcome back to REI, the tent, you got the tent sale. But by the way, polls for the tent are on sale aisle 4. Let me help you find it, and we'll guide you through it. Wayfinding, hospitals, is a big deal. I know that Patrick Permanente in California is working with Apple on the iWatch, which is also a beacon play, right? So say, find me pediatrics, and it'll get the definition, will give you different things, but turn right, turn left. That's where you want it. I can tell this.
And ask you the same question I asked you before, and that our companies such as Truecaller or the museum gonna pay you to do this for them, and then they're gonna give you all the data, and you're gonna somehow load it into the EssentialSpot app?
Not quite. True false. I'm really interested in true false and art education. So I was coming in on this, and I haven't talked to you about this.
So what's your revenue stream?
Depends on what the play is. So if you're doing, say, downtown district, there might be a subscription base. Okay. That might be one way. There might be a single, like an event. South by Southwest deployed 1,000 beacons this year. South by Southwest. So that might be a one-time job, right? There's a whole other layer about hardware. So now beacons are starting to be not just a standalone, but if I have a beacon in my store, I can license access to it. Right? So that's another revenue stream. And then how the technology is evolving, it's not quite there yet, but the triangulation between different kinds of beacons. And that's what like tracking and stuff like that. So the analytics of how someone moves through a space, the marketing side of it, what displays I can quantify are attracting people, how long are they there? Analytics is a huge revenue potential.
As far as providing this for an as an asset to an organization, would this be something that the organization has a marketing rep build out in the app? Would you deliver it through a production team, or would you be partnering with agencies to deliver that?
And it depends on the client. One thing I do see is, say, even whether it's a federated approach or a single client, to be able to provide just an app What I kind of like the idea is that they already have an app. If they have, they drop in white label code. So it just enables their pre-existing apps to be beacon ready. Because all it is associated with stuff in the cloud. That's what I like. One of the content plays that I find really interesting is associating not coupons, and not actually in text, but more multimedia stuff. Particularly audio. I think audio is really cool. And the streaming stuff is really, really big right now. That's kind of the next big frontier that I know Comcast announced that they're doing a streaming service. Because they don't want to be left behind Roku, Netflix, and Comcast, and all that kind of stuff. That's the streaming stuff. A lot of people cut for it. I think streaming is going to become more familiar to people, and hopefully we build the infrastructure even more. But I like the idea of kind of disassociated audio with stuff. I would like to see stuff.
I think that is really cool. I just like wondering like what are existing platforms? So like you mentioned earlier about the True False, an idea. And I know True False already has like an app that they have. So what like makes people who already use the True False app who already use that transition to being like the ecosystem?
Well, I think the True False would be that white label code play, and Steve Powell is watching them. I think that's where it has to be integrated into the pre-existing app, and it always comes back to user experience. And just because it's technology, so what? Anything has to supplement, enhance, enable, augment the user experience. Always coming from the user experience. That's sort of I don't know if I'm answering your question, but I don't want to have to maneuver different kinds of apps. It should just work. And also, it shouldn't be abusive. So if I am, like I said, if I'm walking through Falls, I don't want to be hit with a bunch of non-relevant, non-contextually important stuff. I want it only to be relevant to where I'm at. So, for example, 2 years ago, True Falls, the whole space was about magic. That was the theme. So it would be really cool if you're walking into the Missouri Theater and you could get just a random notification about you. It's just supplementing the experience. And I think that's where events are a big deal. Because not only are events about finding information at trade shows, like, visit booth, whatever, or I'm near booth, whatever. But there's all kinds of stuff you can do with proximity. An example is two examples. In England right now, on Regent Street, with the Lucy area, they're doing some big plays with Beacon and stuff. They had a very high-end auto show on Regent Street, right? And so they beacons in cars when you go to the car, you get information about the car. That's kind of no-brainer. What they did was they put a beacon on auto exits, and they were walking around the space. So you could get a notification saying, oh, Peugeot is design versus right behind you. That's kind of cool. The other, there's even more far out one, and I give a shout out to Jim Spencer, because he's been telling on me about this, is iPhones, a little different than Androids so far. iPhones also generate signals. So it's a receiver and a generator. And so what you can do is use that to enable something called mesh networks. So amplify communication networks. And if one node in that mesh network has contact with the cloud, all of a sudden you have really interesting possibilities. So there's a startup in New York that's using the mesh networks for speed dating companies. So you actually go into an event and you're speed dating with your mesh-enabled technology.
Yeah. What is the cost of beacons and what's the range?
Good question. The beacons, when they first came out, $20 a piece like that is specific to Sioux Falls. Because all it is a little easy circuit and a cell packet. That's all it is. The range you can actually determine from fairly narrow to 40, 50 meters. So you can, and that goes back to best practices. If I want to put beacons in front of all the storefronts on 9th Street, I don't want the beacon bleeding out 30 feet, because otherwise, when you're walking on 9th Street, you just see notification, that sucks, and I'll just turn it off. Again, trying to train the user, or have the user train the industry, is that I should know that if I get within 3 feet of something, none of those best practices are established.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going into range, and then you talked about multimedia. So in theory, at some point, I could go into a museum and have a headphone into my device, and I could hear an audio play out the artwork, or I could go through True Falls and actually approach a theater and get a trailer.
That's exactly. Yeah. We did, there's been several prototypes, all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's what's crazy about this. You see before you say, is it possible to do? I said, yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, it's wild. The tech expert, I'm trying to know.
My goal is trying to do not like a walking in the mall, and a building in the mall. So what about if you have solar and then you drive by? Because that's how it's
Right.
my restaurant is not just walking down the road like this. Drive by and, how far is that even in front of me and somebody driving by the road, I'm not going to like this, right?
Well, that's a good example of that use of technology. It's probably the best way there. But yes,
But you have to time to ask for it. It's not just a short.
for push, yeah. And beacons are, a lot of things, but what I'm specifically talking about is push within kind of micro locations. But there are definitely things that you can be doing that are, oh, you're here, and GPS is probably the place for that.
Thank you.
There you go. You mentioned the user experience, and it made me think about the athletic department. The zoo is always talking about the user experience.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is a space that you could really.
Absolutely. So it's a great, you want to show. Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball parks are experimenting with this, in 28 ballparks. We started rolling this out last year. I didn't put it in the presentation, but I'm glad to show it on the phone, is that within of 28 parks, there are 9 what we call attractions. And the only attraction that was last year was, if I had a Major League Baseball park out, and I walked into Busch Stadium, I can show you what it was like. I walked into Busch Stadium, it knows I'm at the gate checking in. It puts a notification to my screen and saying, welcome to Busch Stadium, blah, 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 check in. I check in. It gives me a privacy statement, which is the best practice. Right? You can offer the fish same time, no information, blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing is, congratulations, you checked in. So now I am associated with that base. They push the 15% coupon for customized apparel that they ever stated. There'll be other kinds of things you do. I know like statues around Busch Stadium. Why couldn't I have more detailed information about who I'm looking at? Text, maybe multimedia, whatever. So it's kind of well, because you're associating, and just come back to this. This is about building an ambient layer of contextual information that's associated with location. And so it's kind of a cross between urban design, IT, interior decoration, marketing. It's a kind of new mishmash of stuff. And I can't get it out of my head. There's a quote out there, and it's called Bold, B-O-L-D. And called Bold, B-O-L-D. Highly recommend it. Bold was written by the guys who wrote Abundance. But Bold is about exponential entrepreneurship. And it's really going to shape how I'm thinking about this stuff. Because it's really about, you're like, 70s, but it's about, what's the problem and you digitize the solution. That's kind of the first step. And then you may have an initial blip where people think it's really cool and then the press will like, well, that's not going anywhere, forget about it. But the technology is still there and the problem still exists and kind of bumps along for a while. And exponentially, it's still slow at first. If you can recognize that and go at the problem, you build on top of that platform. And then when it takes off, you have an exponential, talking about further. So Gold is the book I've been really kind of reading on.
this might be a little too early, but have you thought about integrating with wearables or augmented reality at this point?
Yeah. Augmented reality is really cool. I was really taken with the company HP bought called Asthma. Augmented reality is interesting. And I think it's, from my personal sake, I think it's really about B2B. If I have a virtual reality, I'm looking at a utility closet. I want to be able to keep steam up way over it. That's where I see augmented reality. Really, there's entertainment stuff too, but I think that's what wearables, yeah. Again, it's about proximity. So you have your baby. Wearables, actually, NFL is using these in their helmets, because then that translates to the media broadcast. So really interesting stuff, being able to show how fast someone's moving. Yeah. How inflated the ball was. How far there's beats in the football. Yeah, I've got it in my notes, but yeah, it's all layering this contextually oriented technology in anything that has a physical location. But if there's beeping on the shoulder guy, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really not hard to do. People are a lot of fun. And I have to say that athletic department has been fairly forward-leaning in a whole bunch of stuff for quite a while. They embraced iPods for training for that. So they're looking at, iPods.
Other questions?
Okay.
Okay, what can we as community do?
I didn't expect that. I'm looking for use scenarios. I'm looking for use scenarios that we can deploy and test out a lot of different ways to do this. I'm also looking for just collaborators. You've got a company that there might be a play here.